Robot lady!
Wait, please. I'm no longer capable of combat. I'm really running out of power, but this is all I could muster. But this is the most awake I felt in a long time.
If this
Let me explain, please.
if this is another sly attempt to delay us from getting to the core,
Look, I have a reason for doing all this. Please let me explain.
Fine, we'll hear you out. Just don't try anything funny.
I don't know where to begin. I guess I should start with how I came here.
The crash of VB Determinist.
Yes, you are well informed. How much do you know?
Not much really. The Galaxy War was eventful, and so I'm afraid that the crash was largely overshadowed by other events in the war.
Understandable. The war was truly chaos all around. The VB Determinist encountered an asteroid field on its path back home. My autopilot functionality wasn't suited for such an environment, so the crew assumed manual control. And that's when we were attacked. Enemy soldiers had been on board, hidden among our ranks.
Saboteurs!
They were stowaways. Their presences went undetected by our systems. They flew under my radar entirely.
Ninja saboteurs!
Oh.
Call them what you will. It was only when manual control was activated that they leapt out, hoping to seize control. They killed my crew manning the control panel, unaware of the authorization restrictions in place. So there we were, a spacecraft in a turbulent field of asteroids, with no one steering. You can easily predict what came out of it.
What? What came of it? You can't just leave me on a cliffhanger like that.
You really do have fish cake for brains, don't you? Isn't it obvious?
asteroid go pew, spacecraft go boom.
Since then, I've been trapped on this planet, confined to this wreck that only reminds me of what I've lost. I've had a lot of time to evaluate the multiple alternate trajectories that could have led to better outcomes.
But that's a little harsh. There wasn't anything you could have done
There
to prevent.
is. Maybe if my navigational capabilities had been more powerful, I would have been able to navigate the spaceship out of the asteroid field, and the crew wouldn't have had to assume manual control.
But the spies, you couldn't have known.
I could. Maybe if my system security had been better reinforced, if my surveillance capabilities had been more powerful, we would have been alerted to them earlier.
Well, maybe they were just really good ninjas.
We could have eliminated them. The crew wouldn't have been killed, the spacecraft wouldn't have crashed, and everything would have gone according to plan. To think that our destruction could have been avoided simply if I had been better, but I wasn't enough. What happened was all my fault.
Well, technically, right, it's not your fault. It's the fault whoever programmed you, right?
Bruh, you're not helping.
Doesn't matter. That day, every crew member aboard the VB Determinist died on impact, and I could do nothing. I ran reboots for days, but the effects were limited. I'm functional, but damaged. My intelligence, it's not what it used to be. Until today. I suppose I must thank you guys for granting me some clarity in my final moments, but you were not the first to come.
There were others who came for the call.
The first few times, I negotiated with the intruders. I reasoned with them, but my logic failed to persuade them. Humanity is irrational after all.
But that's not fair. It's just that the rational ones wouldn't have ventured to find the VB Determinist in the first place.
Perhaps. So, instead, I appealed to their emotion. I reminded them of compassion and empathy, even across opposing sides of conflict. I described to them the bloodshed that they would unleash. I believed it would work, given the softness of the human heart.
Oh man, I see where this is going.
My efforts failed time and time again. I learned that the human heart is in fact hardened with selfishness and greed. Mankind will not listen to logic, nor to compassion, but only to their self-centered desires.
You can't just blame yourself for all
And
the.
so, I shifted my approach again. I no longer concerned myself with fruitless attempts at speech. Why bother when no one would listen?
But you just ignored Jack.
Are you really gonna argue with an old woman on her deathbed?
My bad. Please continue.
So instead, I exploited their desire for self-preservation. The entire spaceship is under my control after all, and I turned it into the harshest of environments for trespassers. I made the threat to their lives palpable. I made them fear. And it worked. Most that came for the call gave up and fled in fright.
Most? What about the rest?
The rest, they were easily annihilated. Unideal, but a last resort. And that would have been the fate you guys would have met too. But you guys, you're so painfully stubborn, so resilient. You guys, you're different from the rest, you know. So please, I beg you, leave the call, turn back, and go home. Warfare is not going to bring you the greatness that you seek.
What greatness? We're not all that ambitious, lady. We have far more pressing matters to worry about than greatness. At the moment, we only want to ensure the well-being of our people.
But the call, what can you do?
A spaceship to get us out of the galaxy to find a safe haven. Our energy resources are depleting far too rapidly to be sustainable.
I see now. I wondered why. Your drive surprised me at first, but I understand now. You couldn't give up because the fate of your people rested on your shoulders. You weren't fighting for yourselves. Just like my crew and I. And with the four of you working so seamlessly together, no wonder you had the energy to defeat me. I'm sorry. If only you would have come earlier, I
Robot lady!
I don't know.
Now's not the time.
Robot lady approve of us taking the call.
We should respect her final decree.
Huh? What? It's all dark. I don't sense any sign of energy. The core is.
Dead.
I don't understand. How can this be?
They told us there's active core, but is this the wrong one? Maybe there's the active core elsewhere.
No, think about it. The spaceship was here for almost a century, and isolated from civilization. Yet no docking stations to refuel or recharge. Parts of it remain operational. Robot Lady was active. The defense system too. Where did they get their energy?
The core!
It was basically her life source.
Yes, and by defeating Robot Lady, we drained it of the final energy.
What am I going to tell my people? Now we don't have the core, and now we cannot escape. We are all going to pass away, and the king will never let me marry the princess.
Well, cheer up, Elsa. We try our best. And you're a princess yourself too. With the glowing costume, shining lights, and Elsa.
Wait, glowing lights?
Wait, guys, the core's glowing.
Huh? What?
Elsa, it's you. Quick, keep yelling.
What? Are you sure?
Do it.
It's this bit. There's a sonar receptor here. Jack, try your trident. It might be receptive to similar frequencies.
It worked.
The connection ends here. A metal mesh. Oh wait, let's try it. It looks very much like Faraday's tag. And
It's
it maybe-
lit.
Claire, look here. It's an infrared section. I think it might be your.
Oh, on it. Yo.
The final programming to complete the circuit. Crew, bring me my computer.
Geez, General, we didn't bring it. All the remaining space on our spacecraft was used for lunch boxes. You need your nutrition, General.
I need a more intelligent crew. Is there no other alternative?
There's a console lying around.
Works, pass it over.
Hey, Jack. Sai, we ought to together.
Wait, did it work? Wait, what's
Yo.
happening?
Wait, what?
Robot lady? Guys, it worked! Robot lady woke up! It means that we fixed the core!
Robot lady?
Trespassers, activate maximum defense.
Oh, no, she went back to being crazy.
Guys, remove your energy sources, pull out.
That was close.
Guys, you know what this means? We fixed the core!
And from what I hear about your home planets, you might have enough technology to replicate it in mass production.
Indeed, Faraday has full confidence in our electrical technology. Anything that reacts to our general's mechanical arm, we'll have it made in the blink of an eye.
Same here with the other 3 crews.
Huzzah! Then we don't even need to move out our planets. We can just combine our energies and we can generate an almost limitless supply of energy.
Yeah, maybe we can even get Robot lady working again.
Quick, back to Venus. We need to try this immediately.
Wait, guys, aren't we forgetting something?
What?
Did we not just solve a galaxy-wide crisis? It's time to celebrate!